फिर से सारी बातें जो नहीं करनी थी कर डाली माँ अम्मी.
All right. Hassan Abbasi, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
The podcast.
The podcast.
First guest, not entirely true because Inas was our first guest.
The first guest, yeah.
But, first recorded guest, hopefully, that gets to see the light on YouTube. What are we talking about today? We're talking about Taylor Swift.
Talking about the Taylor Swift.
Why are we talking about Taylor Swift, Hassan? Why did you want to do the first podcast with me on this person and her music?
Well, she's been my favorite artist for like a long, long time.
How long? Are we talking about like childhood crushes here?
Yeah, 2008. 2008, I saw the movie Hannah Montana. And
Oh
she
my.
was in it.
The Crazier.
Crazier, yeah.
That's I didn't put that in my.
That's.
No, I might put that in my honorable mentions. That was a really good song.
It's in there for me. So that was the first time I saw her, and I was like, I'm in love. This is my first love. Yeah.
This is it.
This was it.
And uske baad nobody has ever come close.
No one's ever come close. That's
Okay,
why
I just want to make sure that everybody knows that at the same time this is a podcast, but the video section of it is your dating profile.
Okay.
So people know that this man is an eligible bachelor,
Available.
single and definitely ready to mingle, especially during this pandemic.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we should just start right off because we did a Coldplay top 10 recently, and so the way we did it was I went through all the Spotify songs, picked I long listed basically like 20-25 songs, which is funny because on this one I had 22 because of the
22?
but which is funny as well because 22 is not in my top 22.
Same.
And so I long listed 22 songs and then usme se I shortlisted 10. So that's how I did it. How did you do it?
I had the same process. Like I had 15 in my long list, and then I brought it down to
10.
10.
So you have about 5 honorable mentions.
Yeah, a little bit more. Those were like the top 10.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's start with your number 10.
Okay.
And then let's go down.
Okay. So my number 10 is, I have to open the list.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me just a second. I'll bring out the little brief history that I had of Taylor Swift out as well.
Okay.
Where she was born and all that stuff. I did a little Wikipedia research on it and quality content right now. So basically she was born in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
You know that?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She is 89, so 31 this year.
Jeez. 31 this year. What's her birthday?
12th December?
13th December.
13 December.
It's because of the song 13.
I know.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it's close to like someone else's birthday.
She was born in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And she started her career in 2003. She used to sing in pubs. You know this.
Yeah.
I'm not telling anybody new.
I know.
But for the people who don't know, she used to sing in pubs. She used to do karaoke. She used to do covers. Her first album was self-titled, named Taylor Swift. And the hits on those were Tim McGraw and White Horse.
Yep.
Great song. White Horse, honorable mention for sure.
Yeah.
And then in 2006, 2007, she was in the Hannah Montana movie.
Yeah.
And then came Fearless in 2008 with Love Story and You Belong With Me and 15 and Fearless. And it just... Close your phone.
Should have done that before.
Yeah, but that happened. And then the most... Some would say kickstarted her career.
Yeah.
2009 MTV Awards.
Yes. The Scandal.
The Scandal.
The Scandal.
What are your thoughts about The Scandal then?
I think it was like...
Can you listen to Kanye West music?
I can. Like, he's still a good singer.
Yeah.
But what he did was wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you have done in that situation if you were Taylor Swift? What does someone like that do?
I think she handled it pretty well.
She was what? 20?
She was a child back then. And Kanye West was a reputable, whole ass man.
Yeah.
And he was he had a name back then. And what he did was not okay. Like, and after that, like, she handled it pretty well because she had to perform after too.
Yeah.
And right after that, she did the whole performance and everything, and she was, she was acting like it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, but imagine your biggest night ever. Like, for her back then, that was the biggest thing. That was her first big award.
Yeah.
And it was like, just taken away from her. She didn't have her moment.
I mean, yeah,
But I love
it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough, but the way she handled it was very mature. My whole point is the way after she handled it was not. And then we'll get to it when we come to Reputation
And then
and
everything
1989
else.
and all that stuff. And even some of Lover was a bit like,
Yeah.
you can stop now.
Yeah.
But so that happened, and then John Mayer, Half of My Heart, she sang in that, and then comes Speak Now,
Yeah.
Mine, Back to December, Mean, and then
All
my
Too
favorite,
Well.
All Too Well,
Yep.
and then that's in red though. But
It's in red, yeah.
she gets started like she gets named as that serial dater
Yeah.
during that time. Then Red
Person
comes
who
out.
writes about
It gets
excess-
more like that. 1989, which I think is her magnum opus, her best work, her most pop slash. Well, there's no country in it,
There's
but her
no
most.
country, but it's still like good pop.
It's the pop that I would listen to.
Yeah.
Like if it comes up on the radio, still I don't turn it down.
Yeah.
Like Blank Space is still
Blank Space is
a
still,
pop.
Yeah, it is.
And then we come to Reputation because of the whole Kanye West Kim K stuff. Not my favorite era of hers. Some good songs came out of it.
Yeah.
And now we're at Lover.
Lover.
And Lover is, I think that's good.
Lover's
Lover's
a
good.
cute album.
I appreciate some of that stuff.
Yeah.
The Shawn Mendes remix I could do without.
That one
Because
was
the
not
what did
the
he do?
best. He didn't.
Why
even
did he do?
anything.
He
I
didn't need
don't
to do.
even-
The
yeah.
original song itself is so good.
It is really good. Yeah.
And Mendes did not need to.
He didn't have to be there. Yeah.
No. But apart from that, good album.
Yeah.
First album that she owns herself, which is a big deal
Which
as
is
an
a huge
artist.
deal. And the whole other thing too.
What other thing?
The whole her not owning her own music.
That's all. Yeah.
That's like a lot like happens with her. I feel like.
she's not, for someone who claims to not be dramatic, she's in the
She-
center of a lot of drama.
Kind of, yeah.
That's
But she kind of handles it like okay sometimes. Like in some cases.
she's very much like you. Again, back to the whole Hassan dating profile thing. She's very much like you, where Hassan tends not to be in the drama,
But
is in the center of it of all.
Every
The
day.
eye of the storm.
Yeah.
Speculates from Hassan. So I get it. I get how that happens, but
yeah.
yeah. So that was like the little quick rundown. Let's start with your number 10, and then
Okay.
we'll move our way up towards 1. Around 3, we'll do the honorable mentions.
So my list is basically like I used to like her old music a lot more
Same.
compared to the newer album.
Same.
So like the list goes according to that too.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the songs that are in the bottom, like 10
the top.
are the newer ones, and like the top ones
That's
are like
that's
the-
what I've noticed is also the
Yeah.
case with my list.
So I'd start with like my number 10.
Number 10.
It's from Lover.
Okay.
Daylight.
Daylight.
That's
a good track.
I really like Daylight.
I think the first time I listened to Lover all at
Yeah.
once, a few that stood out to me was Daylight, London
yeah.
Boy, Cornelia Street, Lover itself.
Yeah.
Those were the songs that stood out. The one with the Dixie Chicks was really good too.
That one was pretty good.
The one
too.
with the mom, that was
Yeah. That one was kind of
yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard to listen to,
it was.
but the first time I listened to it, I really liked it.
it was, yeah.
Why do you like Daylight?
Well, Daylight I really really like because because I listened to the album, like we listened to it together.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
And then when I was listening to it after,
Yeah.
like I was just going through the songs, and this song just like I was like, oh, this is the
Stood
song
out.
that like it just stood out.
I like Daylight. It
And,
wasn't.
like,
It
it's
wasn't in
really
my.
calm, and it's like really like
It's the kind of a song that you would want to like study. To.
yeah.
Like put it in the background. You hum it every once
Yeah.
in a while, but
Like, it's like if you wanna like usually like I listen to Taylor Swift when I wanna like fall asleep, and this is one of the songs. Yeah.
we know where this is going. Ladies, he's sensitive too.
Yep.
Yeah, so great song, great choice
Yeah.
for number 10. It wasn't in my top 22 at
Yeah.
all, but I can see how that could
Yeah.
smuggle
Like,
its way in.
this is the song that was like the best for me in this album.
In this album,
Like I liked it more than Lover.
really?
Everything else. Yeah. I feel like
That's
Lover was
interesting.
kind of overplayed too.
Yeah,
The
yeah, it was
remixes and
overplayed.
everything, but
The only part of Lover, the song that I
Yeah.
didn't like was ladies and gentlemen, na, 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 the bridge part.
the
That was
bridge
like
part, yeah,
really.
it gets a bit too much.
It gets a bit too much.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, I can see Daylight as that. Mine, though, my number 10 is twofold. This is a top 10 list, but mine is
Yeah.
more like a top 12 because I have 2 songs in 2 different places.
Yeah, I have
And-
like, something like that too.
So for number 10, I have London Boy
Uh-huh.
and Cornelia Street, which are both from Lover,
Mm-hmm.
are both amazing songs. London Boy is so catchy.
It is.
And I listened to London Boy when I was in, like, that's when the song album came out, in and around that time. And I listened to London Boy a lot in London. And it's great. I love it. It's so catchy.
Mhm.
And Cornelia Street is like when she really shines as a songwriter. Like the whole storytelling element that she has. Like people don't understand. Like she's scandalous and dramatic and all that stuff, and she makes headlines for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But her writing chops are some of the best. The way she tells stories in her songs, it's. I wouldn't want to compare her to like the greats like Springsteen or not, but she's up there. She can tell a story when she wants. Yeah, it's all from her life.
That it's from like
Yeah, it's coming from like a really
coming from a very personal,
a hurt place or it's a happy place. Like it, I can see it, and it's good, and I appreciate that part of it. That's I think something that drew her to me a lot because a lot of this pop music nowadays, even Mendes, I love him, but he's seasonal. I don't see his music like I don't listen to Stitches now.
Yeah.
And I don't listen to Treat You
like
Better
whatever
now.
Like new stuff comes up, like that's what you like because it's like trending at the point. But like Taylor Swift, you can go back to the first song that she ever
yes
sang. That was
and
like
that's
12 years ago, and that would still be like
yeah, and that's a testament to how good she of a writer she is. And we'll talk about the performance aspect of it later because when we went to see her live, she was insane.
She was so good.
A goddess
A
literally
whole
floating
goddess.
everywhere around the stadium. It was insane.
It was like the best experience ever. Not even
yeah, it was great. But like that's the whole Cornelia Street part of her anthology. I love it. I dig it. Number 9 for me though was from Reputation, which in my opinion is her worst album. I don't like it. I like some of it. Yeah. And some of it that I really like. Like number 9, which is Delicate.
Delicate is
amazing song.
Really, really good
cute
song.
Music video. Reminds me of specific like parts of my life, like 2019 winterish. Like I listen to that song a lot, and it's just adorable. The beat on it is very nice. It's very soothing. Yeah. It's very like mellow. Like you could play it in your car on a long drive, or you could play it like at nighttime.
Just chilling. Yeah,
I love that song.
It's a very feels type song.
Do you get the feels in this in Delicate?
You get the feels. Yeah.
What's your number 9?
Okay, so my number 9 is Cornelia Street.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say? What do you like about Cornelia Street?
Cornelia Street, like I just like about how like the whole the stuff that you were talking about, like like how it's like the storytelling and everything, and it's also like you can relate to it a little bit. Yeah. Like just thinking about like
it's a deep track.
Yeah, like if your friend moves away or something like that, you
doesn't have to be a friend.
Huh?
Doesn't have to be a friend.
Whoever if you lose someone and then it hits you. Yeah. Like going back to the place and everything, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Like relate to it.
I've never been to Cornelia Street, but I have my Cornelia Street.
Yeah. Everyone has their Cornelia Streets. Yeah.
It's a place where it's hard to go back to. Yeah. Definitely. For me, it's Pine Ridge.
Yeah.
I cannot go back.
I think Pine Ridge is for a lot of people. Like, no one wants to go back there.
You have to be closer to the mic.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But definitely. Number 9 is Cornelia Street for you.
Cornelia Street. Yeah.
All right. What's your number 8?
Number 8 is Delicate.
So we have a lot of similar.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot. Like
I want to see your top 3 because what happened with me and Bashaar when we were doing our Coldplay one, as our top 2 was exactly the same.
Oh wow!
And totally unrehearsed, and that was fun because now we know like okay, so this is where we're at with the whole Coldplay stuff. So your number 8 was Delicate, and mine was number 9 was Delicate.
Your number 9 and your number 10 was Cornelia Street. So
my number 8,
like, yeah, go on.
It's Clean.
Oh,
which is I think very underrated because it was on an album with bangers.
With bangers, yeah.
It was like every single song on that album could be a single. That's how amazing that 1989 album
1989 was like her peak.
Every single song on that is amazing. And Clean is sort of like that track that's discussing dark things like recovery and relapse and abuse, drug abuse. Again, her storytelling chops on that. It's the way she sets a mood. Like, it's just, it gives me shivers. Yeah. And it's amazing and I love it. What's your number 7?
Okay. So my number 7 is Call It What You Want.
Sorry?
Call It What You Want. From
good one.
Yeah.
Call It What You Want was on what album?
Call It What You Want was on Reputation.
Yeah, see, again, the smaller moments in Reputation were amazing.
Like, this wasn't a single or anything, but it was like, this was my favorite from the album.
Definitely, yeah. Reputation, yeah.
Yeah.
Reputation had some good songs. One of them was definitely Call It What You Want.
Call It What You Want, yeah.
Again, it was the last track on the album, and
it was very underrated.
Very low key. I think only like the really diehard Swifties really appreciate that song. No, not a lot of people gave it props for what it was. I think it was amazing.
And it was very different from like the other songs in the album.
Yeah,
a lot of them were like a little bit dark or like, you know, revengeful. This one was just calm, peaceful, her telling her story.
Yeah.
Like
she's good at the revenge stuff, like Better Than Revenge.
Better Than Revenge was a good song.
That's a punk. That's like an Avril Lavigne song.
Yeah, it is.
Such a good song.
It is.
And like I love it when she's that kind of angry and not when she's petty
not like
angry.
when she's petty angry and like bringing back stuff and like calling names and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Like she was petty angry on Bad Blood.
Yeah.
But
Bad Blood like was a good song.
It was a good song. The thing is, the video was so good, and then the whole Kendrick Lamar part was very nice. So it saved that song.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine Bad Blood as an album, and that's what Reputation was.
It was.
And I
that's a good way to put it.
I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah.
Like after like track 2, I was like, stop.
I feel like songs like Delicate and Call It What You Want were like
a
little bit balanced, but like, you know, she needed more.
Call It What You Want and Delicate could be on Lover, and they would make Lover better. Like that's how good those songs are, and I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
What's your number 6? Well, sorry, my number 7.
Yeah, your number 7.
Okay, I have 2 on this.
Okay.
And they're both features.
Okay.
Everything Has Changed with Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
And The Last Time with Gary Lightbody.
Both of them.
Okay.
Awesome
both
songs.
of them UK residents.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that part of the world makes the best music. That's just my opinion. And them collaborating with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Was
amazing. Like everything Ed Sheeran does is really good.
Yeah.
And everything Snow Patrol do are really good.
That's really good.
And then imagine adding the Taylor Swift element on that. I love it. My only gripe with Everything Has Changed is that I wish there was a little bit more Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
He comes for like one verse at the
there. Yeah, he's
like
not
2
there
lines.
Yeah.
And then he's out. I think I would have liked more of that, like how in the Last Time.
Yeah.
Gary Lightbody has like a whole
verse. He has a whole verse.
And it sounds so good. Because his voice is so heavy.
And then
Taylor Swift is like angelic on the top. And when they're harmonizing, my God.
It sounds so good.
It's blissful.
It is.
I love it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, about which one?
Both of them.
Both of them. I love both of them.
Which one is your favorite out of them?
Everything Has Changed is probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
But in the past few months.
Yeah.
Not even few months. Like last year, in the middle of it, I listened to it a lot.
Everything Has Changed?
Everything Has Changed, yeah.
Why?
A lot of stuff was changing.
What was changing, Hassan?
Everything
okay?
Everything.
We don't do well with change on this table.
We don't do well.
We react. We spiral out. That's how we deal with.
So after that, I kind of stopped listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still one of my favorite songs from her. But it's not in my top 10. It would have been, but it's not.
But because of the memories attached.
The memories
okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of these songs would have been higher.
Yeah.
If the subsequent memories that were attached to them
were not
what they were.
Yeah.
So, number 6.
Number 6 is All Too Well.
Really? Yeah. That low? Wow. I'm disappointed.
I got introduced to the song later. Like there were some songs in her albums that I used to skip because I was like, I want to save music. What if she doesn't make music in the future?
Like, how are you rationing Taylor Swift songs?
I did that. I was like, what if she just disappears? Because she did have big breaks in the middle.
Yeah.
And I was like, some songs I want to save them for when she's like, I'm not releasing any new music, so I have new music.
That's interesting. I've never done that.
I did that with some songs from even 1989. And
really?
Then, before the concert, I was like, I have to listen to every single thing. Because imagine her singing a song that I don't know and me claiming to be one of the biggest Swiftie.
Hassan, among 12-year-olds, was the loudest. We had 2 12-year-olds sitting next to us with their dads.
Yeah.
And Hassan was louder than both of them.
Probably.
And so I see how you would want to be, how you want to be well versed in the songs.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person that can ration out songs. That's not something I can do.
And then when I got introduced to it, I was like, okay, this is a gem.
All Too Well is
a gem that I was saving, but it's also underrated. People don't talk about it that much.
No. I think now, since Niall Horan talked about it, Louis Capaldi said that that was his favorite song. It's starting to get more traction.
Yeah.
I saw her. Which I recommend everyone to see this, even if you're not a Taylor Swift fan. She did an NPR Tiny Desk session.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's a very small space, and Coldplay did it recently too.
Mm-hmm.
And she only did her deep back catalog.
Yeah.
And in that one, she did All Too Well at the end, and it was so her on a piano with All Too Well. It was so good. I want that on Spotify. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Like I love All Too Well. It's on my list, but I'm not gonna tell you where. I think you already know.
I think I know where it is.
But it's blasphemous to put it that low.
It's a masterpiece.
I love it.
Yeah.
The storytelling. It's the start of a relationship, the peaks of it, the lows of it, and then the end.
And
of
then
it.
yeah.
It's everything
It's like
in one
it
6-minute
goes
song.
through all the stages. Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing. My number 6 was "Shake It Off."
Shake It Off. Really.
I love that song.
I thought it wouldn't be on your list. Like
I-
it was too pop.
It's the right amount of pop. Like I don't mind
guess,
pop
yeah.
music, but it's so catchy.
Yeah. Like it's one of those songs that I can listen to anytime. But
It's
like,
such a gym song.
It is such a gym song.
love
It is. But it's not something that I like have any memories with or anything. It's just like a banger.
It's a banger. Like every
Yeah.
time you play it on the car, it's just
Yeah.
you want to sing to it. That's how catchy
That's
that
how
hook
catchy
is.
it
Like,
is, yeah.
shake it off. Like even right now, it's stuck in my head. And
Yeah.
as I was thinking of it, and it's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And that's how you know that's a good song.
It's a good yeah.
And like it's one of those songs like that defines an era, like 2017, 2016,
Yes.
17, 18 even.
Mhm.
Check it off. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember it. I know where I was when I listened to it the first time. That's how
Same.
good it is.
Yeah.
What's your number 6?
Number 6 we already did, right?
I think so. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Back to December.
Okay, keep talking. Give me a second.
Okay. So
Yeah, Back to December.
yeah, my number 5 is Back to December. That song, like, it has a lot of like, I don't know, like nostalgia for me for it.
Why? What happened in
'Cause-
December, Hassan?
Nothing happened in December. It's just like you can relate to it. Like a lot of things that like, that like a lot of what ifs.
Really?
That song is a lot of what ifs. Like, she's telling a story about like, all the stuff that happened in December for her, but everyone has a December.
I always felt that song was more of like regretful.
It is regretful. Yeah. Like what if she, like the story that she's telling, she wasn't like that. And then she's going back.
Like she was an ass
She was an ass.
to this person.
Yeah. And now she's
and
regretting
She's
being
regretting
an
being an
ass.
ass because maybe life was a piece of shit to her
Yeah.
after.
So it's
So
like,
it's- I always imagine like, okay, this is so pretentious, but I always imagine like whenever I'm listening to Taylor Swift
Yeah.
songs, especially the deep ones, I'm imagining like someone
is singing that to you.
yes,
Same with
singing
you.
it for me. So like whenever I'm listening
Yeah.
to Back to December, I always have a smile on my face because I'm like,
Because you're like,
yeah, that's
you
what
know?
I thought. That's what I thought.
yeah.
So Back to December, great track.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that though.
I feel like she has regrets, right? Like, and then everyone has a December.
Everyone has a December.
Everyone has a December,
That's
and
deep.
everyone's been on both sides. Like at some point in
The
their life.
receiving the abuse
receiving
and hurling it.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
if you think about it, like some people think that they haven't been there,
Yeah.
but they have. Like the abuser, not the receiving part.
So being the abuser.
Being the abuser.
Sometimes people do it without knowing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that's what she did, and now after like she realized, oh, she's lost a person that maybe she thought that she wasn't gonna lose,
Yeah.
and then
So she wishes she could go
she
back.
wishes
to
she could go back to
and
December
turn it around.
and turn it
Oh.
around.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I just want to know who ruined your December, Hassan.
I don't think I've had a lot of other months, but not December. I would say like July.
A lot of other months, guys, have hurt me so much.
Yeah, July.
July.
Uh-huh.
Oh, July. Okay. Yeah, July. It's fine.
Mhm.
July was fine.
July.
I had a good July. I don't know what you're talking about. My number 5 was mine.
Mine, really. Mine was on my list, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put mine where 22 and like Shake It Off are, because I've listened to them a lot. But mine is pretty good too.
Mine.
Actually, no, that's mean. No, mine is a really, really, really good song. I was like, wait, what? Never mind. Mine is a slow song. Yeah.
Mean. I don't like.
Mean, I like it, but it goes where like Shake It Off or Trouble. would be for me.
Mean for me is very on the nose. Like
Yeah.
like it's like, okay, I get it. You want to give a statement here.
Yeah. Like
critics
Mean,
and whatnot.
Better Than Revenge, 22.
Yeah,
all
that's
these
in
are
one
like
box.
bangers, but like
That's someone
yeah.
box.
And yeah.
Mine is just like, mine is like love story for me, where it
Yeah.
tells the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very like, if you think about, like, if you look at it in a, like how the song is created, like a songwriter way,
Yeah.
it's written like how love story is written, where where the bridge is
Where
like
the-
when the
yeah.
guy is talking to her and
Uh-huh.
he's like,
And it's just like
the story is
like
so nice, and like
Yeah, it
everybody hopes that
they get that someday.
they get, like, everybody hopes when they get the person it's gonna be all like, not to quote Maroon 5, but like all rainbows and butterflies. But when you get them, you're like, oh wait, that's just one aspect. The romantic
Yeah.
aspect is one aspect of it. You have bills to pay. You have
Yeah.
things to think
You
about,
have
like a mortgage to
life.
pay.
Yeah.
A whole different life, a whole real life that you have to live. And that song is like, well,
This is how
you
it
made
is.
like what is it? The chorus, like you made a foolish man's
You made
careful
a-
daughter or something like that.
Yeah.
Because she was careful about not falling in love, and then yet she
She
is.
did. She did.
And
And then yeah.
you know, real life comes in, and it's tough. It's
Yeah.
and I like that aspect of it. I like it when it gets real
Yeah.
in songs like that. That's why I love Springsteen. His stuff is like, factory worker doesn't have
Doesn't have
money to go to work. No, what do you
Yeah.
do? Stuff like that. And mine really, really like, it's deep like that. I like it.
It is.
What's your number 5?
Mine number 5 we did already. I think.
Okay, what's your
Yeah.
number 4?
Number 4 is Sparks Fly.
Really?
Sparks Fly is one of the songs like for me that like when I heard it they were actual sparks.
Really? What were you thinking
it's
about?
like I don't even know. It's just like so, especially like the video too, because it's like the concert video and like the rain and everything.
I remember in Pakistan in channel V used to play that a lot back in 2010,
they did.
11.
Channel V, MTV Music, all those channels. Yeah.
Remember AUG Music used to play it,
that
Airby
one,
Music,
there
all
was,
those
like
people.
8XM and all that.
Yeah, 8XM. They used to play those kind of songs.
They did,
And
and
the
like,
music videos.
yeah, it's like very nostalgic for me too.
Yeah.
Like, because it takes me back to the first time I listened to the song.
Yeah,
And
a
it's
lot
just-
of Taylor Swift music
yeah.
does that to me. Like she has, because her catalog is so vast, and she came up on the scene. She like exploded.
Yeah.
So she has like songs in every era, which
Yeah.
is why she's one of the best.
Mhm.
So your number 5 was
My number
Sparks
4
Fly.
was Sparks Fly.
Sorry,
Yeah,
number 4
my
was
number
Sparks
4
Fly.
now.
Mine was You Belong With Me.
Really?
The infamous video which Kanye West then ruined.
Yes,
I think You Belong With Me is an adorable song.
it is. It's
And-
one of like one of my favorites.
Even
too.
non-Taylor Swift likers
Yeah.
like Mosin
would
would appreciate.
appreciate You Belong With Me.
I think they would appreciate our top 3.
Yeah.
I can say that for sure. You Belong With Me, definitely number 4. Amazing song. And very cute video. Is
Yeah.
it better than Single Ladies though? The video.
It is. Single Ladies.
Really?
Okay, Single Ladies, it's not like You Belong With Me has so many things going on in the video, and like a lot of like teenagers can relate to it. A lot of high school kids can relate to it. Even like older people. Because like coming out of your comfort,
Yeah.
level
For the person.
for
yeah.
the person. Single Ladies is just like a bunch of, people
Single
dancing.
Ladies, but Single Ladies.
Single Ladies, the song is really good. I
But
don't
the
know if
music video came out with one of the most iconic Single Ladies dances. You have to
it's
give it
an
that.
iconic dance. Yeah, it is.
So, but in retrospect, you think You Belong With Me is the superior song.
Yeah. But
Jeez.
that
Beyonce
song,
haters.
no, but I like Beyonce too. Like she
Don't unsubscribe. It's his opinion, not mine. We don't endorse this.
Like
I-
I like
I-
Single Ladies, but I don't know. Like, was it Single Ladies the song that
That he was talking about? Yeah.
No, I think it was Halo. It was the
No, I
Halo
think he was
music
talking
vid-
about Single
video.
Ladies.
Single Ladies. I think it was Halo
Okay, let me double check.
because Halo's music video is really good.
What I
it is.
haven't is Halo's music video the one where she's like walking around with like
She's just like walking around and like it's all white, and she's like in bed with her significant other, and it's like it's really cute. I think it
Okay.
was Halo.
where does he say it? Jay-Z. What is he? Single Ladies, yeah. It was
It
referring
was
to the
Single
music video
Ladies.
for Single
Nice.
Ladies, yeah.
Okay.
One of the best videos of all time. West was referring to the music video for Single Ladies, put a ring on it. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah.
But
Then Taylor Swift was better. Like if it was Halo and this one, then sure, Halo could have competed. But I don't know if Single Ladies just had a dance, right?
yeah.
Just had a whole story. It was like you're watching.
So you're saying Single Ladies is
mini
dated
series.
because if you look at Single Ladies now, you're like, oh, 2009. But if you look at You Belong
You
With
Belong
Me,
With Me, you can still relate to it, right?
yeah, it tells a
Yeah.
more cohesive
It tells
story.
a more
I can see
story.
that.
And
So
I feel
you're-
like a lot of people have been in that kind of position where they were like too shy to come
Mhm.
out of
Yeah.
their comfort
Guys, he's
zone.
shy too.
Huh?
He's shy and sensitive.
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I can give you that. So, that was my number 4. You've done your number 4,
Yeah, I've done my number.
which was again
Sparks Fly.
Sparks Fly.
Yes.
Top 3. But before we do that, I'm gonna run through our honorable mentions.
Same.
So I'm just gonna shout these songs out.
Okay.
They were in my top 22,
Uh-huh.
but they did not make my top 10. Okay.
Okay.
Lover,
Uh-huh.
Blank Space.
And if you have the similar ones, we can just like
Yeah,
be like,
just tell me if you have
okay,
similar
blank
ones.
space for me too.
Blank Space.
Yeah.
Holy Ground.
No.
From Red. I love that song.
Okay.
Sparks Fly.
Mm-hmm.
Dear John.
Dear John is a cute song too.
It's a very good song.
Yeah.
If you mash up Dear John, Gravity, and Ruin,
They all sound the same.
they're the same. They have
It's
the same drum beat.
Yeah.
It's insane. White Horse,
White Horse is a really
cute
good song.
song,
That's on my list too.
and Teardrops on My Guitar.
Teardrops on My Guitar is a classic.
I love that song. I think it's such an adorable song.
It is. It is.
Those are my honorable mentions. What
Yeah.
about you?
Okay, so for me, it would be okay, Mean,
Yeah,
Mean,
sure.
22. I think for me, like honorable mentions is like songs that I enjoy,
Yeah,
like listening to.
Yeah.
So like they might not be that deep.
Yeah.
Blank Space.
yeah,
And,
for sure. I have Blank Space
Trouble.
on it.
Trouble, like I had a phase.
No,
I was
Trouble
just like, this
was
is the song.
Trouble was unbearable for me. I could not get away from
It
that
was
song.
overplayed.
I could not. There was no way you could get away from that
Yeah,
song.
it was everywhere. There were memes. There were wines.
Oh my God.
Back in the day.
Oh, remember
The
that
goat wine.
Oh,
Yeah, I made one of those wines.
it's horrendous. I could
I know.
not.
That and what else from the new ones? I think I would say like even Afterglow from the latest album.
Yeah, yeah.
That one's pretty good.
I like that
Lover.
one. Lover.
Lover
I
too.
think Lover and give it Lover like a two, 3 more years, and I think people
Yeah.
would enjoy that song.
Like if
song
you go
more.
back to a Taylor Swift song and it becomes even slightly nostalgic, that's when you start liking it. I
Yes.
feel like that's been the case for me. The older the album gets,
Yeah.
the more I like the song.
Because you think about that time.
You think about that time, yeah,
Yeah, I think music has that thing where it defines like, that
yeah,
that
a
specific
generation
time.
or like that specific time when the album came out.
It,
and all
it's
that.
yeah,
It is.
It's weird how it does that.
Yeah, but there's only like some artists who can do that. Some are really seasonal.
Yes,
Yeah.
most are really seasonal.
Most
There's
are
only
really
like
seasonal.
some people who
Yeah.
have the power to like.
Like there's
sure.
some Coldplay songs that like you listen to back in like 2006, 2007, and like you listen.
Viva
to
la
them,
Vida.
right? Yes.
Such a Viva la
That
Vida
song-
Paradise is 2012 for me. Like when
Yeah.
before I was coming to Canada, that's all I used to listen to.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
So that's it. for
Top
me,
3.
honorable. Okay, so for top 3.
I'll go first
Okay, you go
with
first.
number 3.
Yeah.
And this is definite. Like this is definitive. This never
Okay.
changes
Sure.
for me at least.
Okay.
Unless like a new Taylor Swift song comes, which I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this has finally replaced the top 3. These 3 songs are my top 3 Taylor Swift songs.
Okay.
Period.
Ever.
Yes. Number 3.
Yeah.
Forever and Always.
Forever and Always is a cute song.
I
That-
think
it
it's
is such a
so
cute song.
good.
Yeah.
It is such a good, again, the whole storytelling aspect of it,
Yeah.
and her when her storytelling, like when her craft mixes really well with her pettiness. I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best, and Forever and Always is the best. Like you said that you're gonna be here,
You
but
said,
where are
but
you?
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. It's adorable, and
Uh-huh.
it's you can listen to it when you're happy, and you can listen to it when you're angry as well,
Yeah.
and that's when you know that it's doing its work properly.
Mhm.
What about you?
Okay.
To number 3.
So my number 3 has 2 songs in it.
What?
So one of them is You Belong With Me. of course,
Okay.
For all the good reasons that we talked about.
Yes.
And the other one is Red.
Red.
Red for me, like I know a lot of people don't like Red,
I don't
but
mind Red.
I really, really like it. Like everything about it. Like the way she's like, there's a lot of symbolism in it, I guess.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. No,
And
not
then-
it's like similes.
Similes. We had this discussion before
Yeah.
and we didn't know what the word
It was something.
It was something like that.
Yeah, I think
like,
it's similes.
Her comparing it to like, colors and all that.
Colors
like,
and
it's just, like,
Maseratis.
yeah, like it's not like it's a happy sad song because she's talking about
Loving You with Red.
loving you.
Because
was
red is such a bright and
Yeah.
dangerous color.
and dangerous color.
Yeah.
And then she's talking about forgetting you too.
Yeah.
And then all those things. It's just like, and it's an upbeat song too.
Yeah. You can
Like
bob
it's
to it.
upbeat
And you can cry to
You
it.
can cry to it too. So that's one of the reasons.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
So my number 2 is Clean.
Really?
Yes.
Clean was quite low on my list.
Clean for me is just like the same thing. Like I kind of skipped the song
Yeah.
in the beginning, like the first time I heard the album, and I listened to it like just by itself.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this song is it.
This is Clean again.
It's so like it's peaceful.
Did she write it about herself or did she write it about
She
Somebody else.
wrote it about herself. Like there were a
what,
lot
what
of
kind of addiction was
so
she going through?
like she was talking about like she wrote it when she was in New York,
Yeah.
and at the same time Harry Styles was in New York too.
Mm.
So that it wasn't about addiction. Like it looks like she's talking about someone who has like an alcohol problem or
Yeah.
something like that, but she's talking about her going back to the same toxic people. So
Oh.
it's basically like her saying that I've grown
Wow.
out of a relationship and this is it.
Yeah.
So
and then she's trying to
yeah.
get clean from it. Yeah.
and you're getting clean from the relationship from the person. So it's basically like kind of a moving on song.
And then how she talks about like droughts and famine and that
Yes.
stuff in that aspect of it.
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful.
It's just like she's talking about herself, like
Yeah.
her own self. But you can like, a lot of people can relate to it. People who have gone through drug abuse or like are in, going through stuff, like a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Number
Yeah.
2. Clean.
Also, it's one of
I
the
get
songs that I listen to like if I want to be calm or like just fall asleep on the train. And it's
It's
like
because of
played
that beat.
on
It's
loop.
so.
It's so peaceful.
It's very peaceful.
It's
yeah.
kind of like safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
Safe and
Honorable
Sound is
mentions.
honorable
I did not
mentions,
put
yes.
in Safe and Sound, man. What a track.
It is such a good song.
Like-
it is such a good track.
That one, because her collaboration with the Civil Wars, I think it was.
Yes, Civil Wars.
Because they're very folky, so
Mhm.
they have a lot of acoustic
Yeah.
stuff, and her voice is very, because
Her
she came
voice
from
is
country
so-
music, right?
Yes.
Her voice is, it's perfect for that kind of
Mhm.
music. And Safe and Sound has that vibe of like, the world is ending,
The world is ending.
but I want to be with you.
Yes.
I love it. Safe and
Yeah.
Sound is gonna be on my honorable mentions as well. I forgot it.
Me too, I forgot about it. I was like-
completely.
Clean and Safe and
Jeez.
Sound have been like in my playlist like together because I'm
Yeah.
like they belong together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 2 was Love Story,
Love Story, obviously.
which probably is your number 1.
Yeah, I have two number ones.
You have 2 now.
I could not decide. Like I was like, these two, like they deserve it.
Okay, well, we'll talk about Love Story because it's my
Yeah.
your number 1, half of your number 1, and
Yeah.
my number 2. What a song! It's the first. It's
It
when
is-
the world was introduced to Taylor
Taylor
Swift,
Swift, yeah.
and it never stops being a banger.
Never,
Ever.
ever.
When the key changes in the end of the song, everybody's on hook,
Yes.
and everybody knows that. It's even though it's a very basic Romeo and
It's-
Juliet
yeah.
story, but you're in it,
But you're in it.
and the way she tells that story in that music
It's-
video,
The music video is the best.
like I fell in love with it.
I fell in love with at that time. I was like crazier, and then when I like searched it up,
Story.
I was like, oh, this is better.
Like I remember, I used to like back in the day when you used to illegally download music. I used
Yes.
to like rip her stuff off of like torrent stuff, and I had like an MP3 player, the USB ones,
Yes.
and I had like
same.
maybe 20 songs in it, and like
And
had
that was one of them.
Crazier
Yes.
and Love Story on it. Oh my god, I used to listen to it so much.
Same.
Even someone as Suck Londa as Bob is like, that's
He
a track.
likes it too.
That's a
Yeah.
track. Like you can't not sing to it when
Yeah.
it comes on. It's amazing.
It is. I used YouTube downloader to download the video for it. I remember YouTube downloader.
Remember that? I haven't used that in a while. I use that sometimes when I need like videos and stuff like
Yes.
that to download.
And
but-
then I took the audio out. It was like a whole thing.
oh yeah, it was a whole mission. Now you
It
just
was a
like
whole
this
mission.
kid
Now it's
just
just like
pay $11.99 a
Yeah.
month and they have
And
Spotify.
yeah.
That's back in the
Everyone
old
went
days.
through the struggle.
You had to like torrent, and then you have to find like the album art from
The
Google.
actual song too. There
and
were
then,
so many.
oh my god, then you have covers and like radio
Yes.
mixes. Oh, that was a whole struggle.
That was
But my number 2 is Love Story.
Yeah.
Your half of your number 1 is Love Story.
Love
What's
Story.
the other half?
The other half is Fearless.
Really?
Fearless is.
I never knew
one
you liked
of her-
Fearless that much.
I loved Fearless.
Why?
I love it. I don't
Was
know.
it
It's just
empowering,
like
Hassan? Were you
no.
empowered?
It's just like nostalgic. Like just like Love Story. Like Love Story is like really really good. Fearless. I don't know. It's just like it just takes me back to a certain time.
Yeah.
Because like I listened to that song a lot, like back in the day, and then I just like stopped.
Back in what day, Hassan? You're not
Like
being.
I'm talking about like 2010, 2011. Like
What happened
really,
during
really,
that time?
I don't even know. It was just like youth.
Youth. अब बूढ़े हो गए हम.
Up yeah. It was just like that freeness and all that, and like I didn't relate to it as much then than I do now. I don't even know why.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just like it's just like a really really. And then recently, like like last year, I started listening to it again,
Yeah.
and it just like I was like, okay, this is why I like this song.
The thing with this song is the Goo Goo Dolls song "Fearless" ruined it for me. Because now whenever I think about Fearless,
Yeah.
it always like it. There's a mesh in my head of Fearless by Taylor
Fearless,
Swift,
that one,
and
then this
it just
one.
it just meshes together. But yeah, I can see Fearless being your number
Mhm.
1. I just never seen you listen to it, so I was like,
Yeah, I just like listen to it. It's just
is it
been,
your
like,
private song? Like,
'cause,
the one
yeah,
I
it's
listen
like-
to when
it's
I
like-
drive alone.
yeah,
It's my song.
it's my song. This is my thing.
It's my time. Yeah, okay, that's cute. That's a
Uh-huh.
good story. My number 1 is
I know.
All Too Well.
Yes.
I think it's the best Taylor Swift song written.
Mhm.
I think it's the deepest Taylor Swift song written. I think it shows her musical chops the best, her songwriting chops the best,
Yeah.
and I think she should perform it more because I
She
think
should.
that's her best song.
Yeah. I don't know. Did she perform it when we went? I don't
No,
think
she
didn't.
performed something else.
She
I
did
think 15 or something.
15. She didn't do Fearless. Did she to
No,
Fearless?
she didn't
I'm
do
not sure.
Fearless.
No, she didn't.
I wish we could have gone.
To the 1989 one.
Yes, a different
Yes.
era of her. Like the
Yeah.
Reputation stuff, because I wasn't much of a fan of that album, and half of her set was Reputation.
Yeah,
It was okay.
it was.
I was
yeah.
more enjoying it when she was doing like the You Belong With Me
Yeah,
/ Love Story
yeah.
mashups and stuff like that. But I would have loved to have seen her in the 1989 era.
1989
That
was-
would have
that
been
would have
amazing.
been the best. Yeah.
Even the Lover era wouldn't be that bad.
Lover era wouldn't be that bad either. Yeah, but then again, there's gonna be a lot of Reputation in the Lover era.
I don't think so. I think there's gonna be
I
that
think
one
she's
Lover.
gonna be Lover, and then the older albums. That,
Yeah,
like,
that's
'cause
what I would-
Reputation is just like it's not.
And she
it doesn't,
knows
like-
because remember when we watched the documentary?
She said that.
She said like
Yeah.
people told her like it's not
That it
nominated
was
for
like she
anything.
was like everything was like they belong together, and then
Yeah.
Reputation just like stands out
Yeah.
because it was just, and she was going through a dark time, so it just
Yeah.
like shows how a person
Yeah,
can
yeah,
have
yeah.
like different
Yeah,
phases.
but I feel like she could have made a better album if she was going through a dark time.
She
'cause
could have.
Let's say when Mayer got Me Too'd back
Yeah.
in 2009, he came out with like Born and Raised, which is
Mhm.
arguably his best work.
Yeah,
Reputation, not so much.
yeah, but then
Eminem went
she
through a
was-
dark time, comes out with Recovery,
Yeah,
one of the best albums.
her stuff was a bit like she was being attacked from a lot of places. I feel like
There's also that perception of her that she feels like she's being attacked. I feel like there's a lot. She has it
she
manifested
yeah,
in her head.
but she does have a lot of like
Enemies.
haters.
Don't say that
Enemies.
word, please.
Yeah.
She does have haters, but who
She
doesn't
does.
when you're the biggest
When
artist?
you're
in the world?
like if you have, but she has a lot more followers too.
Yeah,
like-
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she should. I hope that now that she's turned, what is she, 30, 31?
31, she's gonna turn.
The
this year.
next phase of her career, I
I
feel
think
like
it's gonna get more calmer.
I want her to do like an acoustic album, man.
Yeah, like go back to the country stuff a little.
Not
bit.
even country, just do like a
Just-
folk acoustic.
I think Lover was close to her coming back.
Lover
Like,
was close, and then she
Reputation,
comes
just
with.
like went too far, and then Lover is like
the thing is,
her way of coming back slowly into, like
yeah, I
her
know what you're
older
saying,
Stuff.
but then Lover also had like
Lover also had Me.
Me.
Me was, it's probably one of the worst songs for me. Lover, Me, and then that other song. This is why we can't have nice things.
That one too.
You need to calm down too. You need to calm down. Like, it was
That's okay.
okay.
But-
It's overplayed.
It's very overplayed. Which
And
was the
then-
other one you were talking about?
We from Reputation, we can't have bad things. Oh,
Can't
this is
have-
why we can't have good things or nice things. Nice things. It's
I
like about.
don't think I've heard
It's like
this.
the whole story about Kanye West and everything, and like she's literally talking about him.
See, why
There was a whole petty.
So much
there's
so-
a-
so much attention
I
given to that
know.
person?
There's a whole like a petty lyric in it too. She just like she's apologizing to him and then she just laughs and like walks away, which is kind of funny. But then Kanye West did call her fully out in a song, so that was just like her reply.
Yeah, and then the whole beef that's still
The
going
beef
on.
thing,
I'm like,
and
the
now
world is
like
ending.
people
Can they
know.
stop?
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's I think that's a good. These top 10 songs would be like if someone who has never listened to Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
I could give them these 10 songs and be like,
And then they would be like, okay, this.
yeah, start with these.
Yeah.
And I think they would turn. So
Yeah.
anybody would turn to be a fan after these songs. I'm happy with my list. I'm happy with your list.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts before we say ciao?
I don't know. I feel like Taylor Swift for me will always be like, even if she like today just like stops making music
Yeah.
and just like
God forbid.
retires and everything. Yeah, hopefully not. We need her.
We need her.
We need her. She would always have like a place for me. Like even after 20 years, I'd be like, okay, yeah, Taylor Swift is one of the top 10.
Yeah.
Because like you just go through like it feels like I grew up listening to Taylor Swift,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a lot of guys can't say that.
No.
A lot
not
of
a lot of guys won't say that.
A lot of guys won't say that even if they did.
Yeah.
But like she's always gonna have that place.
Yeah.
And like a lot of artists like
Hassan, it's your first love.
second.
So-
This is 8th grade
And
we're
that's
talking
the
about.
tea.
Yeah, that's the tea. You can figure out who you were.
Hassan, we don't have that kind of audience
I
where
know.
millions of people see this and they're
That's
like
true.
commenting, who was she? Who was she?
Who was she? Imagine this goes viral.
I don't think if it goes viral, then you have some kind of props, but
Yeah.
I doubt it. Maybe if you share this and tag her
That's too much. That's
then
enough.
be like
That would
watch
be
like the
me.
30th minute onwards
Yeah,
and you'll get a clue, then that'll be fun.
that would be.
But
that would
I don't
be
think this
my
is gonna go
reputation
viral.
album right there.
she's gonna come after you,
Yeah.
whoever she is. But yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, I will always protect because she gets a lot more flack from the male audience
Yeah.
because of being a woman
And then
and making like girly songs. But I think she's very good.
Like she writes from her heart.
She writes from her heart, and she's a really good writer. And you don't become that good if you're mediocre.
Yeah. Like she's not writing to please the public. She's writing whatever she has to write. Like,
and not to name drop, like Katy Perry was on the scene a lot when she was on the scene,
Yeah.
and now where she is.
She's not, because her songs like same. They were seasonal. Like,
They were very seasonal. Even though like I feel a lot of that Firework album stuff was good.
That one was
but it's didn't transcend
it
more.
didn't like I wouldn't like listen to Katy Perry and like we'd be like, okay, like it's a good song, but it's not taking me anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy it, but that's it. Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on, being our first official guest.
Yes.
And shout out to Nas for being our first guest, but not audio crap and all that stuff. I hope I can get her back one day, do the Harry Potter stuff. That was fun.
Yeah.
Any last words before we leave?
No.
Will you be back?
Yes, I will be back.
Did you have fun on this one?
I had so much fun.
Okay, that's good.
Have,
we'll talk about we'll talk about something else later. Maybe like some DC stuff.
We can talk about.
We can talk about the pandemic as well.
We can talk about the pandemic too.
But I'm trying to like sway away from that.
Like this is what do we call this? The gentle hours.
The gentle hours.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna start in like 20 minutes. So we're gonna watch that.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that after this.
Anyways, Hassan, thank you for being on our first guest podcast.
Yes.
Hopefully we can have more of you. And that's it on our side.
Okay. Goodbye, kids, and wash your hands. Wash your hands.
माँ, अम्मी, फिर से सारी बातें जो नहीं करनी थी कर डाली माँ।